What's your experience in drawing? Advanced drawing this week is the big one. This is one where we get to really focus on all the skills we've been practicing and developing. We get to draw a drawing of ourselves drawing. When we draw, there's a lot to experience. There's a lot that we endure and kind of go through. When I draw personally, there's this wonderful world that I get to escape into. I get to just step outside of whatever reality I'm dealing with and really focus on just creating. And then through that creation, there's entertainment, there's escapism, fantasy, there's a lot to just really kind of consider. And so when we are drawing, what is that experience and how can you put that all together in a single drawing? So there are many parts to this to consider. You have to be the subject of your drawing, and then you have to create the experience of what it's like for you to draw. And you can show us by the way you draw, or you could even just create this illustration or narrative with your drawing. But it starts with planning the composition. Start with thumbnails, not those. Thumbnail compositions start with just rhythm, finding the rhythm and movement of the drawing. How do you want the pieces to fall? Where are you going to put what to help tell and propel the story? Then, once you've got a thumbnail that you're confident in, then I want you to produce that final drawing. Here is an example of some thumbnail sketching. When creating your thumbnail drawings, don't make them very big. They just have to be big enough for you to see, and then when you create your shapes and lines, don't worry about all the details. Just focus on where's the rhythm, where's your focal point going to be, and how are things going to move around those focal points. A lot of times when you're just creating these little ideas, you can see something cool, or you can see something that's not cool at all. And then you keep looking at them and you modify those. Since I've already completed the drawing and I knew what shape I was going to use, that's the winner right there, the upside down triangle, for that idea of a balanced shape on its tipping point to kind of create some tension there visually. But for the most part though, find your rhythms, play around with these ideas, and then once you see something you like, then make it a little bit bigger sketch and spend 5 minutes on that sketch and see if the plan still works before you commit yourself to that final drawing. Let me talk about it. In this drawing of me drawing, you can see that I'm right here. This upside down triangle composition was the arrangement I created to tell the story. And then all these pieces done in crayon, which I drew with my non-dominant hand, have symbolic references, being the hero, the family, and the pets. The sunshine and the dinosaur all have personal meanings to me. The sunshine are the influences of my life. At the time when I did this drawing, my mother had just passed away recently, so I reflected her as being the sunshine. The dinosaurs are the fears and anxieties that we sometimes have to deal with. And of course, the superhero is just what we have to do. We have to be superheroes sometimes. We just got to fight through our own fears and anxieties and focus on all those things that are great and wonderful in our lives. So that's your assignment this week. Focus on making your compositions, telling a story, creating the experience that you yourself goes through. There's no wrong answer here. We all draw our own ways. We have a million ways to draw. What's the experience that you frequently go through? And then when that experience overwhelms you or consumes you, can you create an image that reflects that experience? This will be a tricky one. This will require some thought and some planning. So really spend some time in your head and figure out how are you going to create this drawing of you drawing. So you guys have been blowing my mind since day one with all of your practices and hard work, and I can't wait to see what else you're going to create. So share with us, show us how you draw, tell us how you draw, and then share your experiences with us, and have a great week.